Today I'll be talking about the Guardian games. Now the concept of the Guardian games is that each of the classes, Hunter, Titan, or Warlock, compete against each other to show who has the most class pride. And if you weren't around for last year's Guardian games, then let me simply say that it was worse than a dumpster full of month-old boiled eggs doused in deer urine and set on fire. The way players compete against each other was by completing bounties as a certain class, which then rewarded bronze, silver, or gold medals to turn into the event kiosk, which would increase your class reputation amongst the community. But like I said before, but more briefly, Guardian Games was a complete failure. The only reason people participated in it was to earn the exotic machine gun Heir Apparent, which is cool, but the process was so boring and defeating that it caused me literal pain in order to get it. When I finally got it, I basically stopped playing Destiny for a week because of how bad the event was. Oh yeah, and there was a class item that would change its appearance to bronze, silver, or gold for a year, depending on what place each class came in. I've never seen anyone wear those class items since Guardian Games, so it's fair to say no one really cared about those. And there's this little trophy by Zavala, but again, it's just this little thing that nobody cares about, and it was really, like, who cares if it was in the game. So now that you know how Guardian Games operated and what the rewards were, let me talk about the 3 core issues I felt that it had. While we're here, why don't you go ahead and smash that like button. Number 1. Unique and interesting gameplay changes. The event was nothing more than doing the most mind-numbing specific bounties. The bounties were so specific you could find something that read, get 25 charged melee kills while using Attunement of Chaos or something like that. These bounties suffered from being too narrow and further forcing players to fight each other over getting kills. Bungie, an event shouldn't be focused around doing bounties. At least Festival of the Lost has the spooky Infinite Forest, which mind you is not the best Bungie has, but is at least a quote-unquote new thing for the duration of the event. The event is called Guardian Games. Where are we supposed to show which class has the most team spirit? Why not make the game actually play towards that concept? Here you go, Bungie, 2 relatively easy things to implement for the duration of Guardian Games. 1. When on a team with the same class, you get a stacking ability recharge rate buff. This would not be active in the competitive playlist, trials, or grandmasters. This focuses on playing with the same class and gives a new gameplay novelty to the sandbox. And 2. A simple thing to do. Create a special 1v1v1 rumble mode where there's only one of each class in the match, so you have Hunter versus Titan versus Warlock. Number 2. The rewards were not enough. The only 2 rewards were Heir Apparent and a winning class. No one cares about who won because no one cares about Guardian Games, so the second reward is basically pointless. As I said about Heir Apparent, it's a pretty good gun, but it wasn't worth the tedious grind that Guardian Games required. How do you get people invested in something? Make a desirable reward. Imagine if the result of the Monsters vs. Dinos armor outfits was based off of who won Guardian Games. Now, not exactly the same contest, obviously. There would need to be 3 different options, but the main point is that the reward isn't gameplay changing and all classes can still benefit from it. A really good thing that Bungie could make is decide what exotic gets the catalyst next, or something like that. Something that all can benefit from, but also a cool change to the game, which would really get people excited about playing Guardian Games. These are simple examples, but the main point is that no one cares about the reward structure as is. Also, we gotta talk about how Bungie had Heir Apparent in the exotic kiosk for like a week, let people buy it, and then ripped it out of the kiosk. They should have left it in there and come up with something new for this year's Guardian Games instead of using the literal same thing every year as a reward for an event. Number 3. There's no integrity in the competition. If Bungie somehow manages to get people to actually care about Guardian Games, then the contest needs to be protected. In last year's Guardian Games, players were able to delete characters over and over again in order to get a free gold medal from the tutorial quest, which may or may not have contributed towards Titan's winning. I really have no clue. There's no way I would know. And there shouldn't be any ambiguity towards something that is supposed to be a contest. If you're going to create something that's supposed to be a contest, you need to protect the contest and make it fair for people. And, you know, it's already sort of at this weird unfair point where because there's more Hunter players, Hunter tokens count less. Because there's least Warlock players, their tokens count more. So it's already on this weird downhill slope of like, how much does my contribution actually affect the game? Well, at the end of the day, Bungie is going to do what Bungie wants to do. But I can surely say that if Bungie doesn't drastically change how Guardian Games works this year, it's going to be another disaster. If you like this video, then a thumbs up is appreciated. If you want to see more content I put out, then hit the subscribe button with the bell notification turned on. And as always, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day.